Loser side, Kels, repping your orgs on the first day extremely well.
See, I'm disappointed, really. Why do we have this screen to ban stages, but we don't have a machine to do rock, paper, scissors for us? Step up your game. Just kidding. LAN ETS has been an absolutely great venue right here, especially for Smash 4. As you see, this beautiful setup all around the stream setup, absolutely beautiful. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to it. Before we get into this grand finals, I see the handshake come out to Town City.
All right, we'd like to give a shout out to the SSB Montreal community as well for showing up for this tournament here. Wouldn't have done it without you guys. This is amazing to have you here as we get into grand finals. Smokk versus SuperGirlKels. Smokk on loser side.
And we actually are seeing Mewtwo. I saw that from the corner of my eye, and he has used this to great effect, getting very close to taking out Kels before. I'm not surprised to see it here now.
Kels doesn't have exactly the best Mewtwo experience in the world either.
That's exactly it. Has taken losses to Death Force and the Z before. Can Smokk be the next Mewtwo to do that?
That would be absolutely crazy for Smokk to do, especially with a secondary character, no less.
So how far can a secondary Mewtwo take you? Definitely he's trying all options. He knows the Diddy Kong can't work, but that's fine. He has the plethora of other characters to try.
Oh boy. Smokk getting going with these nairs. And I can hear those nairs booming in the mic, the speakers in the other
Dubstep nair, let's go.
Dubstep nair. Well, you have to think though, with being a very light character like Mewtwo, you have to be very wary of the setups that are open to you as well. But considering how well you can play Mewtwo, it'd be crazy to see what he can do.
Still, generally, most of Sonic's moves are not super powerful. They're mostly just to break you down until high percent and then go for an option. Whereas Mewtwo has that glass cannon option, so even against Sonic, he can potentially live for quite some time, whereas his power is always there.
Oh, I like the recovery.
Beautiful drift there.
Keeping himself safe.
Again, making his recovery much safer. Definitely doesn't have to worry about as much flubs as the Diddy Kong cost him in the first set.
All right. Able to get the fair out again. Still won't be enough on Mewtwo. To a very light character, though. Keep himself safe.
Again, this is still Rage for Mewtwo to work with. You usually don't see Mewtwo live to this percentage, but like I said, Sonic does not have the strongest of options. But has to watch out for some grab options right now from Sonic.
Oh, getting the pivot grab himself. Okay.
You know, Kels fishing a bit much for that. Going out deep. Uses side B. Will the teleport even make it back? Oh my god, the drift from Mewtwo.
Just barely enough to get back. Needing the Shadow Ball, though.
And I can watch out. One grab from Mewtwo might even do it. Now you see him himself is fishing for the up throw.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was it, though.
And a very clutch roll right there. Doesn't even need to grab the fair. Going to do it just himself. Opens up hard with the fair.
Smokk, though, has to be very wary of this game, though. He is kind of... Oh, the little dip from the Shadow Ball itself actually going to break him out there. Oh. Oh, and the fourth throw still won't be enough. I'm surprised she didn't go for up throw immediately.
I know, it's starting out with 168% right now. The glass has been even more glass, and the cannon has become even more cannon. As the Rage is going to help him out, but not for long. Down smash, covering that ledge very nicely.
I like how Kels didn't hesitate on a punish at all. But right now, it seems like the way that Smokk has been playing has been doing really well, and it looks like she's just having a hard time against this Mewtwo.
Yeah, nice catch with the up smash there. Not going to kill, absolutely, but just a good call out to make sure you cannot land on Mewtwo.
What is this, like the 5th character we've seen Smokk play now?
Definitely Smokk has busted up the most characters out of anyone here so far in this tournament.
I have to think. Well, I mean, just in general, in tournament, I've seen this kid bust out so many characters.
Yeah. That's why I think he's just a Diddy Kong main. He definitely has a lot more up his sleeve.
All right. You have to think, why did the Mewtwo pick come in earlier if it's doing this well?
You think so? Maybe he had faith in the Diddy Kong. When that didn't pan out, the VSS was the next choice. But he even had the backup plan for the backup plan, and it seems to be doing very well for him so far.
You are like Pink Panther levels of prepared. Backup plan for backup plan.
Pink Panther?
For some reason, that was the only one I could think of. I couldn't. Sherlock Holmes. Wow, I'm smart, aren't I? The Gentleman Thief. Come on, Arsene. Anyways, I'm still going into it here.
How about Batman?
Batman. Okay. Fully charged Shadow Ball on deck here for Smokk.
Oh, looking for that air dodge. He does get to him there, but that's not an opportunity to punish. Gotta watch out for that shield too. Shadow Ball is such a formidable projectile because not only is it a huge hitbox, it kills, but even the shield pressure is bagged, so you can't even afford to do that.
The trade on the grab with spin dash, that very well could have spelled the end too.
Yep, definitely one up throw will do it.
No,
And
don't
it's
go
a
for forward throw. That has to be a forward throw. I don't think it would have been enough to kill.
You think so? Okay. Definitely wants to be super sure. Smokk is that person who does not take chances. And if that would have killed, he would have sailed it.
The flare not connecting, but catching the air dodge right after. And Kel's gonna clutch out that game by the skin of her teeth.
So I would like to know for sure if that grab would have killed, because Sonic is not the heaviest of characters, but that fair was so beautifully executed. So close to even at the high percentage Mewtwo was at, even at low percentage, it would have taken out.
Smokk kind of bowing down his head, knowing he kind of had that in the bag.
Yep.
Kind of now contemplating whether he should switch back or
So
maybe
he's tried
stay.
3 characters, each with varying degrees of success, come close on several occasions, but the Mewtwo itself still not working out. Where does he go from here? He does have a Cloud known to be not so bad against Sonic, but I mean the Mewtwo did so well. I want to see him keep it.
That's precisely the reason why I want to see the Mewtwo as well.
But at the same time, we do know that Kels is very good at adapting, so I don't think this Mewtwo will be quite as effective in the next game. He has to keep mixing it up, and if characters are the way to do it, then absolutely. I think Smokk has 2 more games to work with. He's really trying to think this through right now, and I don't blame him.
And actually, maybe this is a bit of a note, but we're seeing Smokk actually listening to the game music this time and not his own music.
Huh.
Earlier before, we usually saw him listening to his own music, but this time he's listening to the game.
All the switch-ups.
Maybe. Switching up on every cylinder.
Is that a Mentos? Oh, I think he's Gum. Okay, another thing I've been noticing recently is that Gum is also good. It keeps you awake and alert.
Gum is good.
I don't know why. It's more so the mint gum that keeps you awake, it keeps you alert.
Exactly.
People use it for studying as well, but this is a studying for Smash.
As we are going back to the Diddy Kong pick here for Smokk.
So what kind of panned out for is that he got lucky. He was able to get the FD pick because he was not expecting to switch back to Diddy Kong.
All right. So far, though, the way that it's been panning out is that Kels has just been super on fire lately and is looking to maybe take this, maybe without dropping a game? Or with, she dropped the game
one game to Astra, but only with the Sonic, but I mean, with the Kirby, sorry. But as far as Sonic has not dropped a game this tournament
so far. All right. I think it's super safe, though. And actually, I noticed that we are on FD this time. This time the FD pick not the FD pick coming out, but that's because Kels didn't ban it. Kels actually banned Battlefield last time.
Bro, I talked about this. I mentioned that before, like he wasn't expecting to ban it against Diddy Kong. Of course, that's an easy ban against Diddy Kong, but he was on the Mewtwo. So I had to give her a second thought to really ban the FD, which gave him a free choice to go here instead.
I'm sorry for being redundant.
Oh, I was triple redundant by explaining it again. They're giving a bit of a tie game right here, but Kels with most of the momentum. Of course, Smokk getting his trades here and there, but that was a perfectly executed spring. And this is what we saw the last set, of course. This is why I don't think Diddy Kong is the best choice.
But even so, it's Smokk's most polished character here, and this is where we see him get most of his results, as that was a clean down smash there. Not quite going to be able to do enough. Fully charging the F smash. Oh my goodness. All right. Keeping it really close on each end, though. Ooh, getting it, sneaking in a back air right after. Kels just canceling the spin dash with a jump right after, just to go over that banana. Oh, tried to call it the jump after the spin dash.
Of course, she doesn't really have a hitbox on the back of it. Sonic's pretty short, does not get clipped by it.
And right now, the way that SuperGirlKels has been playing is super efficient. Not racking in too much percentage herself, nor putting herself in the dangerous scenario. Not quite getting the up air right after as well. Almost gets the up smash, and I have to think that was the invincibility of the normal get up.
Does not connect with the fair this time. We saw that put in the Mewtwo last time.
All right.
And even at the deficit, Smokk is still going to fight through this. He is one who will bring it back despite the deficit. In fact, I think he becomes even harder of a player to fight the deficit he's at.
Even so, Kels just probably needs a couple more openings in order to get this KO. We still see Smokk fighting him from behind. Now, kind of hesitant to pull banana.
Oh, what the?
That was an interesting hitbox.
That still had a hitbox even then. Wow.
All right. going through the banana this time, almost converting a kill off of it.
Up air, not the strongest of moves. It's just usually Sonic's like to do it far in the blast zone where just knockback doesn't matter too much.
Oh, we get a grab.
We're trying to go for it all. I don't blame Smokk in that situation. When you're at that big of a deficit, you need to make those big, even risky plays to bring it back.
And Kels is looking to take this tournament as she is up 2-0 over our runner-up right now. And this Sonic has been looking undefeated. Is Smokk gonna change, or is...
This is a tough call. Like, literally everything he has used so far has not panned out. He's come close on several occasions, which can be said of as testament to her most of his sets against Kels in the first place, but he hasn't been able to get that final kill.
So we see Smokk picking FD again, but
With what character?
Is the character pick going to change?
Again, asking if he's saying there is one more in the Cloud. Finally,
the Cloud
basically,
pick is coming.
Basically tried 4 characters now against SuperGirlKels. My God.
This very well can be the crowning achievement for Kels. Can she secure herself a second LAN ETS to her name? Or can Smokk come back here?
We've seen Ashura do good work against Kels, but again was not able to steal those final stocks in those games. Can Smokk do it himself?
All right. Oh, and Kels just kind of juggling Ashura. Smokk in the air the entire time. And look at these punishes coming in from Smokk here.
Definitely taking off Kels off her game right now in the early goings right now. The switch making its voice known right now.
All right.
So interesting to see the FE pick, especially when going to Cloud.
I feel like the methodology of like going FD against Sonic is the same as his brothers, where it's less places for Sonic to land.
Yes, definitely. If you corner a Sonic, he has to interact with you. He has to pass by you, and that's the opportunity you take.
And we see the limit burned. Oh, that was actually a sneaky down tilt. And Kels, with the strong edge guard, is looking to take LAN ETS 2018 here.
With only 1 stock away.
1 Gimp, possibly.
1 Gimp. This is Cloud. We saw what she did against Diddy Kong Cloud. Not much different in terms of gimping.
Can she do this? Right now, she's off stage. In the ledge scenario here, Smokk controlling. Just as I say that, though, Kels back into the neutral here.
Yep. You see Kels playing super patiently, taking this with all the time she has a very decent lead in her arsenal right now, has no reason to approach.
All right. Ooh, the Smokk kind of retaliating here, able to get limit back online. Is he going to burn it? Nope. Kels responding back.
How does she tech that time and time again? We saw every down air that Ashura hit her with as well, was able to tech the landing of it.
Well, I like the defensive option coming from the spring. Kels looking to finish it up here. She has a bit of rage on deck, and she has Cloud in a very detrimental percentage.
Again, a similar situation we saw last game. Has to use it to recover.
Oh my goodness, and that will be it. I don't think Kels dropped the game at all this entire top 8 with Sonic. And that will be enough, and Kels is your LAN ETS 2018 champion. Give it up for your girl.
Yeah, your first 2-time champion here at LAN ETS. As she did win 2 years ago, of course, against Venom. So just an amazing